Cleats. Hey, special night.
Shoe cam.
Straight from work, y'all.
Extra comfortable.
Damn right.
They got fur on them and everything, y'all. The gray Nikes. I'm
Special
just
edition.
Converse. That's it. I don't even got no laces to tie. You just slip them on. So that's shoe cam. All right, y'all. So we're going to go right into our first hot topic, Shockwave.
Whoa.
I don't think I said that. Shockwave. Like,
Like, how do you do it? Like,
oh my God.
the chest, they got the Superman.
I think so.
Chest.
If you have not heard, Shockwave is undefeated not only in the league, but this past weekend, Shockwave went to the FWCC. I always mess up that freaking FWCCT. FFWCT. See, FFWCT. I'm sorry, y'all. FFWCT tournament in Santa Clarita, California, with 11 people and played 8-man contact tournament. Won. Second day played 4 games, 1 day. Did you hear me say 11 people?
11 people.
8-man contact.
That's right.
Man, congratulations, Shockwave. Congratulations,
Bring it on
man.
back home.
Bring it on back home. Yes. And in the FFWCT tournament also, too, got to give a big shout out to the ladies of She Unit. 5 women.
She unit.
They didn't go to the play. They were like, if you come to my town, California, we about to take it off. They won 5 women contact.
All right.
5 women non-contact. And gauntlet.
I'm just surprised at them finally making it to contact, because at first when they first started showing up, they were not used to this contact.
And Jonah was like, listen, I don't know why they think we scared of contact. We bout that life. She said that.
Okay.
Big shout outs to Lady Venom.
All right.
Lady Venom been really making their move. They were in Lynn Lewis when they took 5 women non-contact, 7 women screen, and they just won in UNK tournament this past weekend.
Okay.
So shout out Lady Venom. Big shout out. I did a whole pause, y'all. Carolina League, the We Elite Sports League, Jerome. 919 Chaos has been undefeated the entire season. Those girls have been breezing through the whole season, the league. Congratulations to y'all. Except when it came to the championship, Lady Trojans said we got something to say about this. And Lady Trojans, congratulations. They won the entire We Elite Sports League championship. Congratulations.
They had a couple of setbacks from coming down here to Halloween.
They did come to Halloween Havoc.
Maybe it was a little setback for them.
They did. Those girls were on a roll. 919 Chaos was on a roll. They were undefeated. They hadn't taken a loss in months. They did challenge themselves. And they came to Atlanta where, Atlanta runs B. Let's bottom line. And so they came here, they played in Halloween Havoc, and they got to see some real competition. They took their first loss.
Yep, did that.
But congratulations for coming, ladies. That was big to come, and can't wait to see y'all again. But congratulations to them Trojans. All right. So, and then our very own, and maybe the Falcons can follow. Who knows? But congratulations to Atlanta Braves.
Yeah. A whole holiday. It's like, ain't nobody going to work. Children ain't going to school. We doing a parade. Bump it.
Yes, well, they did a speed raid up in Atlanta because they went through 25 miles an hour. I said, oh my gosh.
They was trying to get up out of that cold. It was cold.
Man, all right, congratulations, Braves. All right, cool. So that's all of our hot topics. That's that's hot topics. Let's roll right into this past weekend. Man, it was crazy. Let's start with Comp Division. Let's start with big shout outs to everybody that played in that division. And let's just go through the teams. Man, let's go backwards. NTB Wolfpack.
Hey.
To see them in the championship.
They were showing up.
They showed up and showed
They tweaked
out
some things, and then to have I think they only had about maybe 11 players themselves. 10 maybe. It was 10.
10 players.
So big shout outs to them. Coming up every weekend when it was time for them to come and play, come in Atlanta. So that's already the determination and the will and the fight to want to win. Always a good chemistry. So we definitely welcome them back next season. Hope to see them down in Nationals. Hope to see them in the Christmas Bowl.
Hope to see them. Yes, NTB Wolfpack. Let me tell y'all, great job, period, point blank.
Keep
Great
working.
job for just making it there. The Stallions aren't an easy team to beat, but great job to just make it there because they actually defeated the Lady Warriors to get there.
Yeah. Who was talking cash money to see us in the championship, which we haven't seen the Warriors in 2 seasons, and then wasn't even able to see them in the championship. I was a little disappointed because I did want to see them in the championships finally, but now, Leash, what happened, babe?
Let me tell you something. I got a chance to work out with the Warriors a little bit over the summer, and I'm confused like a lot of people. It was, and this is to take nothing away from NTB Wolfpack because it is who wants it that day. It really is that day. But they have all the ingredients. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with them going forward because I was very shocked to see them lose. I'll be honest.
I was too.
But that's what that is. And then shouts out to AOA, man. New team.
4-4, aka 4-4.
Man, them girls did a great thing. And a lot of those girls on that team are new faces. They really recruited
young,
new.
fresh legs, just, naturally athletic. We ain't going to take that away from them because, you got to be athletic to step on this field.
Right.
But young-minded, young-willed, they got it all. Shout out to D. Lee. Great coaching. JG, Welch, keep working with them girls. Y'all gonna be a force to definitely be reckoned with.
Absolutely. All right, so what are we gonna do about the Storm? Because I got a chance to work out with them too over the summer, and they have a really solid foundation, a really solid program, and they won 2 years in a row. So a lot of people were shocked not to see Storm go further as well.
They got a couple of new pieces.
They did.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of gelling. I don't take nothing from anybody, especially when they get in that QB position. That is the hardest position
So hard.
on the field.
Very hard.
To see everybody, to move, to know when to execute that pass or the handoff. I really think the QB just got to get comfortable in her position. And she's going to do great.
Good, great. All right. And Code Red, we can't wait to see you guys next season. Now let's get on to those champions. B Division. Come, Stallions. Yes. We are so excited, y'all. So excited to have our very own host be a Stallion. So excited to have, oh my gosh, the whole medal right here. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. MVP. We don't just got the players, y'all. We got the MVPs up in here. Your mic, let's get your mic.
Testing.
Testing, 1, 2. But I'm gonna let you leave this way. My God. I'm so excited to be up here.
Oh, God. 3 times a charm.
Yeah.
We definitely made it to 3 championships in the last 3 weeks. Down in Miami with Lynn Lewis, we got down there, beat a couple of great teams, especially AOA. Well,
Yeah.
not AOA. New Era.
Not New Era.
Yes, New Era from Carolina.
Oh, yes, we did beat New
Era
Era.
from
Yes, we did.
Carolina. Tough team. We went into overtime to win that game. Wow, we was dope. We was excited. We was stoked. Get into the championship, and we allowed the Rebels to win off
Our mistakes.
offensive possessions. And it wasn't their work; it was our doing it that won them the game. However, we got past that, got all the way up here to Halloween Havoc to face a top team, which was the Tigers. Gave us a good run, good push. It was a fight to the end. Appreciate the Tigers for the competition. It was great football and Halloween Havoc competing against the Tigers. And to have them that close and on the ropes like that was just great.
I heard it came down to 1 play, 1 point, last seconds.
points.
2
2
points.
points, yeah.
The conversion.
The conversion. We had to go for 2 to try to tie it. And
Hopefully going to overtime.
it just, we were going to go into overtime. It was already cold. It was getting dark.
We were tired.
Shout out to the
Man.
Tigers for giving us a good fight. Like I said, very competitive. It was just dog eat dog. And when we didn't pull it out on that one, get down here to the end of the season, playoffs, and defeat Storm and defeated NTB for the win. So Hey,
Man, that's crazy.
got it, man. They call it the shit bowl. So I said, my saying was 2 turds in the toilet, flush it, and we won it. So that's just what it is.
Man, tell us about this MVP status. Did you think you were gonna win? Was that even on your mind during the game? What were you thinking, Sky?
Actually, it was.
Oh,
I've been playing for Stallions from the beginning. This is our first championship for the league. So, I mean, rightfully, right? It belonged to one of the players that's been from the beginning, right? That come and do what I'm supposed to do 100% of the time. I'm getting better with being coached. I'm a shit talker. You know, you tell me something, I'm like, no, I didn't do it. No, Sky, you did it. I'm getting better with that. And so, everything that I've been listening and learning, it helped give me MVP.
man. So Sky, even outside of Atlanta, you and your sister are known. People are like, oh, you're gonna have to face them twins. Oh, you're gonna have to, that's what they say. They say, oh, you're gonna have to face this, oh, Stallions, oh, you're gonna have to face them twins. When you look at other opponents and you know they're coming for you, because they're preparing for you guys when they get on that line, what are your thoughts? Because even outsiders, they know the twins.
Live up to what they expect. I mean, that's the only thing you can do. I mean, if they're expecting, a fight, I'm gonna give it to you. You want your issue, I give it to you. That's the only thing I can do.
Period. And what's one of the bigger things? You say you've been on the team from the beginning. I've seen Stallions in the beginning. You guys first had a run game. Then you guys you got a new quarterback. Now y'all have a run throw game. It's a triple threat now. Plus one of the craziest lines in the league. But this is y'all first championship. What is one of the biggest things that you think that Gates has coached you on, or the team, that has made that difference between where y'all were and where y'all are now champions?
I mean, it's cool to be a ring chaser, but I think that foundation from building it on your own, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what people like me, people like Budda, people like Punisher, who have been there from the beginning, Gates, who didn't give up on us when we weren't winning no championships, when we couldn't beat the same team that was, drilling us. Just keep on coming back, showing that you're hungry, showing up every time.
Period.
Building your knowledge, building your IQ, just learning and knowing the game. And now that we know a lot more than what we did when we first stepped out on that field.
It's hard to sleep on us.
Now we know how to play.
Yeah.
Man.
Now we, just got to tweak and tune the pieces and, keep working.
Cool. So, we're going to talk to James later about Christmas Cash. Mm-hmm. You guys are the champions for that.
Yes, we are.
You know what I mean? So people right there, y'all are the ones that we gunning for. How y'all gonna prepare for that coming off of a championship? Or y'all gonna,
We want that one too.
We want it. We want
that one too. Second annual Christmas bash winners,
Yeah, that's gonna give us that light, that shine, that steam that we need going down international.
Internationals,
so, we definitely want it. We definitely hungry for it. So, but of course, it's gonna be anybody's game. I definitely expect to see AOA. Love that team. Love their energy. They're definitely one of the ones I love to compete against, outside of anybody else. But.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna go to some of our viewer comments real quick for the Stallions. And from the league owner herself, Mashonda says, congratulations, Stallions.
Thanks, Mashonda.
All right, pretty black Spanish chick. Pretty black Spanish chick. All right, she says, congratulations, Stallions, girls. You guys totally deserve everything. Tree from the Tigers. Hey, congrats, Stallions. Well deserved. Just nothing but praises on here for the Stallions. How does that make you guys feel? Like, people acknowledge and recognize, like, wow, these, because when you win it, it's like, whoa, now it's real all eyes on y'all.
Yeah. I think for us, it's like a finally. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, a couple of these teams was expecting us to perform at the level that we performed this past weekend, and it's just taking us a minute to get there. So for a lot of them, it's like, about damn time, Stallions. For us, it's like, about damn time.
About damn time. All right, and on that note, it's about damn time. All right, so we're going to move to the pro division this weekend. Man, oh man, literally, this weekend was a true definition, any given Sunday.
For real, though.
A lot of shocking defeats, like, whoa.
So let's start with, beginning. Let's just go right into the big shock. The first big shock was, Bama is coming from Bama. Bama is known to be a hard hitter. They played Primetime, and it was a big shock to a lot of people that Primetime won to advance to the championship.
Absolutely.
Were you shocked? I was shocked. Were you shocked, Scott?
There's no shade.
There's no shock. There's no shade, yeah. Because they beat them last season. Let's
And
not
that's why
forget.
I wasn't shocked.
They beat them last season.
Because if you do it once, you can do it again.
Exactly.
So that for me, that's why I wasn't shocked.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, and then also too, prayers, you guys. Rashida, she got hurt. She, she had to go to the doctor. So hopefully not hopefully, but she will heal soon and be back on the field.
Yes, she did. Baby, cool. We love you.
Roast and Toast. Everybody got a name for Rashida, as y'all can tell. So that happened. Then on the other side, man, league rivals for so long. And the only thing I got to say, and I'm going to say this right now because I said it to Coach Milton earlier, I want to say this and I'm going to say it live, okay? Because I say it behind closed, I'm going to say it live, right? Here we go. I was betting on the Tigers like 2 years in a row. I'm putting money. I wish I would have did this 2 years ago, too. I'm proud now, but man, he was just laughing. I was like,
They had you shaking in your boots.
man, I was like, I done lost this money. Oh, man, it's all good, though. But this season, man, the Tigers, we're going to get to talk to them in a second, but the Tigers beat APOC to advance to the championship game.
Whoa.
Whoa. And with that, whoa, y'all, we want to whoa and welcome the Atlanta Lady Tigers to the podcast. Please come on up here, Tigers in the building. And I got the blow. Make sure y'all get y'all some sangria, we got y'all some blowers, some sangria, some chocolates, and all that good stuff. Yes, big shouts out. So we're gonna start from right to left. Please introduce yourselves and what role you play on the team.
My name is Brandis Simone Bell. I am the general manager of the Atlanta Lady Tigers. I also play what we call rover, but if you are a real football person, you know to be a nickelback.
Okay, all right.
Just never know what side of the field she on.
Period.
No. All right. And then to my left, got Coach Jay over in the house. What's up?
Hey, I'm Jelena Bolden. This is actually my first year with the Tigers. I am centering this season for them. So,
Awesome center.
yeah, thank you.
Always open some kind of way.
Don't get them.
Jesus.
Don't get them. Just when you least suspect it. Oh, there she goes.
Hi, it's Fancy. It's Fancy Walker. This is also my first season with the Tigers, and I also play center.
Nice, ladies. Well, thank y'all so much for being here. And Lisa's on her way still, you guys. So when she comes, we just gonna walk in and walk up. That's what we're gonna do for you, Lisa. I know you listening. So, all right, Tigers, let's start with, we're gonna start a little backwards, right? Because you guys are the champions. Crazy. But we're gonna start backwards because the story didn't start out as if it would look like this was gonna be the storybook ending. Right. It did not. For those of you that are not aware, earlier this year, the Tigers, originally the Tigers merged with another team, and then earlier this year, it's unfortunate, but that merge, they basically split, and a lot of players, even players that have been on the team for years, went to If You Know, You Know. And so, tell us a little bit about that story. And did you guys think the team was going to bounce back from that, or how did that affect the team, or did it rock the team, or did it not?
I have no clue. The one on the other side of you will have all of
The
that.
one, yeah.
We knew.
The Lady Tigers are an institution. It's not just a football team. We've had players come, we've had players go, but at our core, we have a consistent set of values that informs how everyone behaves on the team and how we recruit. So the team is always going to exist just simply because those values are bigger than any player, any coach. And the reason that we were able to come back is because we strive very hard to maintain those values.
Well said.
Well said. She well trained.
Yes.
That was a good answer.
That was well said.
Yeah. All right. So that happened, and then the season happened. Throughout the season, you guys had a great record, 8-2. That wasn't necessarily expected by some people. Other people did expect you guys to do where the Tigers normally fall, but some people thought, you know what, will that interruption cause them to drop? Mm-hmm. Will it cause them to drop? But then we saw new faces on the Tigers. We saw Jelena's and things like that. So Jelena, you're a new person. Mm-hmm. What made you say, okay, I'm gonna join the Tigers?
Honestly, a teammate. I'm gonna be honest. Milton had asked me for a couple years to join the Tigers, and since Light and Tight didn't come back, because that was the last team I was playing with, since they didn't come back from the COVID season, and I wanted to play contact 35 and older. Okay, I'm not supposed to be here right now, honestly. I'm supposed to be on a 35 and older team. So I said, okay, I haven't played contact in a few seasons. Let me get my feet back wet. I'm going to jump on the team. So it just happens. Anissa was like, hey, listen, we need an extra center. You mind coming out? And I'm going to be honest. I tell Milton all the time, love him to death. He's an excellent coach. He knows
I would agree.
what he's doing. He does. That I won't say. Will say. But he can have a Mad Hatter type personality. He knows that. So I did have some I was hesitant at first. But I went out to a few of the practices. I played with some of the girls, some of the most humble, I want to learn, I just want to play type attitudes. And that's really what I want to be around right now. Let's just be honest. I'm an older player. I don't do drama. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I just want to go out and play. So I looked for all those things, and it worked out. I end up staying and playing, and we were 3/4 of the team is new. They're new. They have great talent, but we're all new, and so that's a big accomplishment to take 25, 30 athletes and make them a team in such a short time. We're talking about 90 days. Week 1 didn't look good, but week 10 looked great. So we worked through it, and this was the outcome. This is the outcome.
Great outcome.
That's great. What caused you?
It is the same story. Just looking for a place where I can grow and learn as a player. I'm a relatively new player. I've only been playing this is my 3rd season. And a couple of girls and I from the Storm came to practice. Loved the way he coached, loved the environment, and we stayed.
Oh, man. Yeah, I understand. So, Jelena, you talked about being in a positive environment, all those great things. No, Jelena said that.
Yes.
And then Brandis talked about they are selective in their recruiting, and you guys have a strong team now. What are you looking for in girls that have been sending DMs, girls that are looking to join the team now? How are you guys going to recruit now with that?
Well, one of the most important things about being an athlete, a lot of people look for athletes and they look for girls that are just able to catch balls and run fast and jump high. And that is important. But the reason that we're able to win and the reason that we're able to grow is because we are very, very, very determined to recruit girls that have a positive attitude and want to be coached. Because if you're not able to learn, if you think you know everything that there is about this game, if you think that you know more than a coach, why are you coming to be coached? How could you exist in a platform where you literally are trying to learn if you think you know everything there is about the game? So we obviously have been getting a lot of inboxes about like, hey, I want to come and play because you get a ring, your DMs are full. And it's very important because we've gone through so many iterations of people coming here with very, very false pretenses that when you come, you know that this is not like a good time type of a team. Like, we have fun. We, do a lot of things. We're planning our end of the season banquet as we speak. But the most important thing is that we're wanting women's football to grow. And we want girls to come here and be respected and also be respectful of our coaches and want to learn this game.
Wow. So let me ask you, Tigers, it's not just a football team, it's an organization, it's a corporation, because it's actually incorporated. I've seen, they like, literally it's a business. There's only 2 teams that have done that, Tigers and Storm.
Storm,
Yeah. Tell us how you and Coach Milton, like, thought about the brand, created the brand, just like the beginning, the foundation of the Tigers.
Well, coming from the team that I came from, I was also a Storm player, so it's kind of funny. Full circle, I started with the Storm. The reason I know Shauna is because I was just playing in a field, pickup, co-ed.
Yeah.
And we didn't know anything about this league until Donnie approached me and said, hey, I see you out here every week. Do you want to play women's football? And I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, not knowing what it was about. And then we get out there, and our first season, it was only like 4 or 5 teams for whatever that season. So we played reloaded like 3, got beat like 3 times, and it was awful. And I've always been kind of an underdog kind of a player. So I knew that even though we were absolute trash, that eventually I would be on a team that wasn't. So I stayed with Storm, I think 3 seasons, and then some situations happened, and we decided, Donnie decided that she didn't want me as a player anymore.
Take my line.
And yeah.
Truth Tuesday.
These are the things. So, because for me, I knew that wasn't going to be the end of my journey. And I have always, as a player, followed coaches and not players. I knew that we had been through multiple iterations on Storm. And just to give a backstory for anyone that knew, my first season, we went 0-10. My second season, we went 0-10. Milton came, I think we were 5-5. And it was crazy because we weren't expecting to beat anyone. But actually, we weren't 5-5. I think we were like 2-5. But our first Tiger season, we were 5-5.
Sounded good.
You're right. We still were dealing with like weird restrictions that had been put on us, that were outside of our control. And I was like, I don't know a lot about this football world, but what I do know is how to run a business. And I think that we can actually create a team that does the type of things that everyone says they're doing, but in reality. And I knew that with his football knowledge and just my business acumen, we could do this and make sure that the girls had a positive experience and that all the financials were taken care of. We have some of the cheapest dues in the league. We have some of the cheapest but best looking uniforms in the league. And we do that because there's a lot of research and development going into like behind the scenes. Despite having a 1-year-old, I'm always looking for, better vendors for the team, housing for when we go places because we like to stay together. So the business is really important to us because we know that that also drives people coming here. There are a lot of players that when they come here, they're like, this is the most professional shit I've ever been a part of. And I'm like, thank you very much.
It definitely is. It's really organized and there's dues every month. So it's like, wow, okay. And then practicing, what's that called? Footage watching. It's very organized. But you touched on something, and this is kind of a little bit to the left, and then we'll go back straight down the road, that a lot of women in the league, and I've seen some women kind of like veer away from the league. But what advice would you give to women who, they do have this new journey, that you have a 1-year-old now, but you still bounce back, you're still playing at a high level. What advice would you give, like, for women that are like, ooh, I don't know if I can do it, I don't know if I should go back, how will that work? How you balance it?
Well, to be honest, like, we are in such a fortunate time right now because you have so many examples of women, like, literally bouncing back, like Serena Williams and, Beyonce even, because you don't think it takes athleticism to do what she does, you are tripping. Yeah. And then you've got Allison Felix, one of the most decorated track and field stars ever, And these are all people that had children and came back and still won medals. So for me, what was somewhat disheartening for my journey is, in the midst of having a baby, we had this, coaching change. And for me, I had always anticipated coming back and just getting right back into the swing of things. I knew that, a couple steps would be lost. But I wasn't concerned because I stayed healthy throughout my pregnancy. And for that reason, I was able 2 months after birth or giving birth to come back and play at nationals. But what's the most important thing is to surround yourself with a support system, with coaches that believe in you, because that makes it very difficult to return to this sport if you have coaches that do not believe in you, that will not allow you to play after having the baby. That is an extremely negative thing to do to anyone, and I don't wish that on anyone. Unfortunately, that did happen to me, and I'm proud of what I did, because not just because I had a baby, but despite having the baby, I was able to fight all of that negativity and come back and not just be someone on the sideline saying go team go, but to be able to bring my team to a championship and actually help them to win that. And no one will ever be able to take that away from me.
I felt that.
Absolutely. I can hear it from not just Brandis, but from Jelena. You have this unique name.
Too fancy.
Too fancy.
Yes, ma'am.
Fancy.
They're very well spoken, so I can tell that by her saying the type of recruiting that they do, they have recruited well spoken, very mature ladies, and it probably helps keep their core and everything going. I like it.
They recruit on looks too. They don't just all look like that.
I know. Baddest bitches in the game, everyone.
They ain't just all looking like, they're like, you can't make the cut. You athletic and all, but you don't make the picture cut. No, but let's talk about some games, not controversial, but some highly anticipated games this season. Let's talk about Arsenal, one of the biggest rivals for the Tigers. That game, for many years, Arsenal has not defeated the Tigers. But this season, on y'all way to the championship, y'all faced Arsenal, and y'all took a loss to them. What was that like in the locker room? Tell us what Coach Milton was like. Yeah, Coach, I'm asking. Tell us what was that like? Because that was like a first time in a few years.
It was tough, honestly, because if I'm remembering that game correct, like I said, it's this season was almost like practice as well, because again, we have so many new individuals on the team. So with defense, yes, we know defense wins a lot of games, but with offense comes a lot of chemistry. And with having a secondary center, we kind of have opposite roles as centers, obviously. I'm more in the spread type offense center. And that particular game, we were just off on a lot of our passes, for whatever reason. So several of them they capitalized, they turned into interceptions. So that's really what, we were weak offensively that game. Their defense scored. I want to say all of their their defense scored all of their points. So, we, as you can see, we've worked on that. We've tried to work on that, get that timing a little bit better. And we've progressed with it this season. So, but yeah, the Arsenal game was tough. I don't know the background of the Tigers and the Arsenal. I can only speak on this season game, but it's a little ironic. The two losses that we did take in the season were the same two teams that we had to go through to get to the championship. So, it ended up being a very interesting game.
Hey, we got the quarterback in the building, Lisa Lee, joining us, y'all. What happened? Lisa got way down there. Traffic in this city right now is bananas. It was bananas. Man, it was bananas. Yo, you're just doing
teammates here. Yeah, we got to get it in.
She's celebrating. Y'all see Lisa came in with the whole bag. The whole bag.
Oh, it broke it? Okay.
Oh, I'm with it. I'm going to do brown, but I'm going to do it today.
Okay.
In celebration.
I heard what y'all was talking about, Arsenal, and that was an interesting game.
Get it out of it. We're just literally just now.
And you talking about the first game or? Yeah, I think it was a little, because we hadn't played them since, what was it, like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Because they didn't play in the league last year, and then Milton and what's that coach name? Craig. Yeah. They kind of, they got their little thing. So it was interesting, but I was surprised that they are as good as they are. I will say that. I was surprised because they had like 12 people maybe. But they came out and they played, and it kind of like woke us up like, whoa, wait a minute.
Whoa, they bounce. Arsenal's a team that bounces back. Like, what other team can take a year off and still come back with your loyal players and then still be competitive?
Correct.
But we beat them.
Okay, hey, listen. And congrats to y'all. Congrats to y'all. That's what's up.
Anybody's game at this moment.
It is. It really is. But I want the juice on that huddle because, him, Coach Milton and Coach Craig, they do go back and forth. It has been a rival. I want the juice, Brandis.
No, and Jelena's the one.
What?
I don't know where I was at, but
What was that huddle like after that game and that loss to Arsenal? What was Coach Milton saying? I want to know. Coach,
No,
sorry.
no.
But I was going to ask.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I don't remember. Listen, Milton.
good answers, y'all, because I would have told you.
Milton will give us
that's
the
all I know.
business, period. That's just the type of coach that he is. He's going to have the same energy whether we win, whether we lose, because he doesn't want you to lose a step, It's wonderful that we've won a couple championships lately, but at the end of the day, that's the bigger goal is nationals. So he doesn't want any of us to take our eye off of that. These are just little small stepping stones to that one big goal. So
Big one.
Big
Yep.
goal, big goal, big goal. Well, big goals, man. The quarterback came in here with some, some
This is for the entire Tigers team.
All right, y'all join in.
What's the bag in the refrigerator?
It was in the freezer. The whole thing
With
was
the
in
bag?
the freezer. Yeah, the bag, the whole thing.
I don't know why
And
that's important.
congratulations to the Stallions
Thank
as
you,
well
ma'am.
as Primetime. Obviously, that's not how we wanted that to go down. However,
We're going to talk about that.
okay, we'll get to it. But congratulations to everybody.
My luscious ass.
yeah, we go.
I hope people get to it.
I got to take mine a little bit at a time, y'all. My bad.
Girl, no.
It's thick and stuff. Wait, Budda, you taught me this last season.
I
Holly
did.
Berry.
There you go.
I learned this thing. Yeah, she taught me that last
When
in
you
the
put a shot in
auntie-
your wine, it's called a Holly Berry.
Holly Berry, and it feels nice.
And the auntie.
Wasn't the auntie, but
drink
yo,
is that?
now that
All
we
right.
got Lisa here, y'all, let's
I ain't
really
stop
get
saying.
into the juices, because
boy.
let's talk about the juices, but let's also talk about too. One more thing before we get to the juices. I want to talk about y'all's game with the Rebels. A lot of people anticipated the Rebels to be right there with the Tigers this season. You guys played the Rebels. How was that game? Because that was like a big talked about game as well. What were y'all thinking, and how did y'all prep for that game?
During the season, I prepared for them to give us a tough game. I will tell you something I was not prepared for was the rush.
Who
That
rushed
rush
you?
during the season, it was Spellman
Definitely
and
fast.
That was a tough game because it was a really rainy game.
Yeah, what's
that
the
was that
other young
game? It
lady
rained the whole
name?
time.
she's shorter, the girl that rushes for them. Whatever your name is, yeah, they gave me hell.
Yeah.
Oh, she wears the braids.
Oh.
They're
Yes.
very long.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
Yeah. She's very fast too.
Fast.
Yes.
They gave me hell. So that part I was not prepared for. I was prepared for them to be a solid team because they got some dogs over there.
Yeah.
But
Big legs.
that rush I was not prepared for during the season. So when we played them the second time at the tournament, I was ready for it. But I wasn't prepared. So the first time it came, I was like, whoa, that was a lot faster than I thought.
Man.
So yeah.
Okay.
call
Okay. I think so.
We got a
Dwayne,
hotline.
that
She
hotline?
said.
All right, that's not a hotline for us. All right, so let's jump into the meat and potatoes, though. Let's talk about this. You guys, Championship Sunday, none of us knew that the lights were not working. Allegedly, the lights, so that everybody knows, allegedly the lights at the field got hit by lightning. The organizers were not made aware of that by the parks prior to the game. So, in general fashion, they would turn the lights on early on so that the lights would be on for the game. They did not find out until they went to turn them on that they were not working. So with that being said, it got too dark where the teams could no longer see, to the point where they were given the option, and y'all correct me at any point if I'm wrong in this, they were given the option to say, hey, let's call it or replay it. Both teams agreed, you know what, we're co-champions. What were y'all thinking of that, or how did that decision come about? Maybe we should come over this way.
Well, did we get the option to replay
Yeah.
it?
Well,
we got the option to
the
replay
The
it?
coaches
options
talked
that
about
were
it.
given
Yeah, they had all the
was
coaches talking.
you could just it was too unsafe to just play it out.
Definitely.
Like that wasn't an option. The options were either we reschedule and just do the overtime on another day in the future, or we accept co-champions. Now, the coaches had apparently been talking by the time I came to this huddle, but I was like, nah, I don't want the championship that we win to have an asterisk by it. But everyone else was like, shut up, Brandis. So I did.
This is news. This is new news to me. I didn't know we
So
had
you
an
didn't know. So you
I
were in the
didn't know.
field. You were the quarterback.
I'm
You
feeling
didn't know.
some type
And
of way
Brandis was
right
like,
now.
heck no.
I'm feeling some type of way. I did not know we had the option to
Yeah, yeah.
reschedule.
So you would have agreed with Brandis.
I would have rescheduled it
Hell yeah.
for the next day. We could have been there at 8 a.m.
I would have.
Not the next day.
Rescheduled
The
as
problem is
well.
that when we know our schedule as women, because we're planners for the most part, we are going to plan our vacations and stuff outside of this. And especially for the people with families, people got cruises and all kinds of things set up. It would have been a struggle to get
Everybody
on
back
both
together.
sides,
Yeah,
everybody back. We would have been playing short in some way.
That's true, but I would have dropped my plans for the next
Tigers. Yes, Tigers. Because this is all about the Tigers. You guys, we're so excited to have them here. And so you guys, I'm just curious now, would you guys have agreed with Brandis and Lisa, or with what the decision is, what it is right now? Which I'm just curious, just what would you vote?
I would have been fine with doing the co-champion. I'm fine with that.
Okay,
I mean,
what about you,
Primetime play hard. So they play very hard.
What about
I was
you,
fine.
Fancy?
I guess I am fairly neutral, but I would have probably chose to
Play it out.
reschedule.
Right. We got three schedules at once. I'm talking about anytime, any place.
I would have been rescheduled too.
Too competitive.
I want to share my championship.
But listen, it's
they did
because
not-
I feel like things happen for a reason.
I want her
Everything
to
that
do.
happened the way it happened that day happened for a reason. Because to be quite frank with you, we could have played the game on the field, or the ceremony could have been later. Anything else could have happened. So the way it happened was supposed to happen. We'll see Primetime again. We all see each other again. So
even this season.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
which was why it was so exciting. We didn't get a chance to see Primetime at all this
We
season.
feel at the Warriors.
Yeah.
We seen them.
So it's okay.
That's just interesting, though. So the decision was made by somebody. We don't know who, because we right here, the girls say,
Yeah.
the powers to be, the football powers to be. So what did that mean when y'all became co-champions? What does that mean? Like, you guys had to split everything? What did you guys have to split? How does that work?
Well, everybody got the same things.
Okay.
We took the trophy home and the t-shirts home and the flags home because we were the higher seed.
But what they got?
Well, they got it. I think Mashonda is just reordering.
Yeah.
Everything.
They're
reordering
gonna
the
get
same
everything.
thing.
They just don't have it presently. Yeah.
So did they have an MVP, the same type of MVP awards and all that? Okay.
They did.
They didn't give like MVPs for both. It was just kind of the overall MVPs.
Oh, okay.
The game, the part of the game.
And
We
let's-
got offensive, they got defensive.
Oh, okay.
But let's talk MVPs. Who were the MVPs for the game?
For Tigers.
For just the MVPs, who were the MVPs? So I know for the Tigers.
Maisha Rufus got it for
Okay,
offense.
congratulations, Maisha. All right, who else for the
Special
Tigers?
teams was Imani Palmer, our kicker.
Right.
Okay,
All
Imani.
right,
You guys
Imani.
have, does she kick field goals?
She is working on it presently.
You do that, Imani, and you
Yeah,
go.
we in there.
Go, you do that, Imani.
We are literally like in need. Let me not say that. We know that Corey Milton does a lot, and it is very difficult. You would love to have an NFL type staff where it's a coach for every position. Good luck when nobody's getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we would love to be able to coach up all of these girls individually per whatever position they play, but we need the help. So if you out here listening, you're like, oh, I've been kicking my whole life. I used to kick for the Saints. Holla at your girl, because we need a kicking coach.
Wow, all right, so there it is, kicking coach, come on down. I heard one of y'all coaches, since we're talking about coaches, one of y'all coaches is going to be coaching the Atlanta Lady Phoenix. That's going to be really cool. Coach Milton is going to the Phoenix, so that's going to be cool. Yeah, he's going to be going to the Phoenix.
We can see what you gonna bring to us, baby. You better bring something.
Everybody knows you're a basketball
Step
player.
the
You want
game
that
up, coach.
Coach.
Coach, this tackle, you're gonna step it up now. I ain't just playing.
He ready
Bring
for
some
it.
Fight.
Man, that's
He's
gonna be
ready for it.
crazy. Let's talk a little bit about y'all championship in Halloween Havoc. So we're gonna go there for a second. Halloween Havoc, you guys went there. A lot of people thought, wow, 919 Chaos is coming from out of town. And one of the things that Coach Q did say on the podcast before that week, I don't know if y'all saw it, they were ready to see the Tigers.
Coach K.
Yeah, I thought that's what he said.
Yeah, I was right there.
Why we didn't see him? Why didn't we see him?
Well, why didn't the chicken
said, what Stallions had something to do with it. Stallions had something to do with it. I'm asking. I'm asking why we didn't see
Arsenal had
them.
something to do with it
Arsenal?
because they got taken out. They did not make it. But you guys literally won Halloween Havoc. Before that, y'all went down to Lynn Lewis in Miami and gave a crazy performance. Running off of that A performance in the pro division for Lynn Lewis, back to and then going right into Halloween Havoc, where y'all like, okay, we did great here. We're gonna just destroy at this next one, because you guys got there 1 point. Tell me about that.
Jelena, you want to speak about it?
Girl, I feel like it's been so many games.
Okay,
They're all
so
kind of
all right,
messy.
so we're talking about the game
You know.
the game to go to the championship. Okay, so I was working that day, and everybody's calling, texting. I'm like, shoot, I'm trying to get back to the field, right? So the plan was to, I think, defer,
Oh my
so
God.
that we would.
Oh,
The plan was to
I
defer,
remember. Yes.
so that we would have the ball
No, the plan was to try to play defense.
first,
We should have
so that I could
more thoroughly explained.
So actually, it ended up happening. We were on defense. By the time I got there, like, I'm running to the field. They already started the game. So I'm running on the field, trying to put my shoes on. As soon as I get my shoes on, boom, we on offense.
Oh, just like
Literally, my shoes weren't even tied. So I just run on the field. I'm like looking around. I'm like trying to look at the defense. Like, all right, they playing here. I got this person there. And then just started playing.
boom.
Right out the, like, right
At the
from
gate, baby.
Yeah, it was
About
crazy.
Hit the ground running.
So it was a little rough for me because I didn't have time to even mentally prepare. I literally ran across while they were playing defense, put my shoes on, and then boom, we were on offense, and I ran out on the field, shoes untied.
And,
And
when
it
she's out
wasn't-
of cadence, offense is out of cadence.
You're right.
So we were a little out of
Sync.
All
But
y'all were discombobulated. She
a
really
little
not
discombobulated, but I mean, once the game started, and then it went on, and then I started to, feel a little better, but and then I think it was scoreless, right?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
completely
And we went overtime.
It was a
Yeah.
good game. It's always going to be a good game.
Good
It's
game.
never. It's. I would be shocked if we ever went out and blew them out.
Right.
I would
It's just
not.
not. You wouldn't be shocked.
No, but what I was saying is that it was crazy because if you look at the possessions, because we told the people in the coin toss we do not want to play offense. They took it literally. So they deferred and said we want to play defense. So
play defense.
So we
their
started-
team had the ball way more than we did.
Yeah.
The first drive was damn near the whole half, and we were not doing
It
that
had
on
to be
purpose.
because I was mad late.
Right, we were not doing that on purpose. There were only 2 drives in the first half. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, because I was super late. So.
And then we gave them the ball again at
Yeah.
the beginning of the.
I mean, that's my personal feelings. Brandis may feel different, but I don't think that we're ever going to blow that team out. I mean, because they're not a bad team. I'm just not going to ever lose to them.
What do y'all two think? Let's start with I want to know, what do you think that will it ever be a blowout between if you Lisa or Brandis? Who do you think? Which one do you think will there ever be a blowout between if and Tigers or no?
I do think that they're a pretty good team. I do believe, because I believe in the Tigers. Maybe. I have that kind of faith in us. I do.
Okay, that was cute. All right, Jelena.
I'm going to agree with Lisa. Only because I think it's more of again, I wasn't there for the split, but I think it's more of a mental game for both of the teams. And because it's so mental, it's going to always be a tug of war. That's just what I feel about
I mean,
it.
if it's mental, we beat them almost every time we've seen them. So
Yeah.
We going down the line, right? I gotta jump in.
Butter, let's go, Butter. Let's go, Butter. Let's go.
I was shocked at if you know performance. Just even with the split and them still having some key players, I just was very disappointed.
Are you
their-
speaking for the season or a
for the
particular?
season,
Okay.
For the season, I was disappointed in if you know.
Well, Well, I mean, even with great athletes,
I understand.
It takes time to get that chemistry.
They got it.
It
Yeah,
does.
That's one of the things. But a lot of people don't give them that grace period because they have so many veterans and they have so many dogs. So Herman is going to catch a lot of that heat because it's like, wait, you have all these dogs. Now you just have to play chess as the coach and put it together. And then some people are like, well, they're dogs, but a bunch of wild dogs is unorganized. They gotta have that time to get organized. So it just depends on what perspective you get.
Disappointed.
Interesting
I
perspective.
mean, we didn't get a grace period.
Right.
So, I mean, there's that.
I was just a little disappointed. I mean, because I with the split, you still evenly had great athletes. And I just, again, you guys stepped up, you did your thing. In comparison, they just weren't at the same level. That's just my honest opinion.
You mean like how the Tigers have a lot of girls that they were able to pick up? Not a lot, but quite a bit of their team is
Decent.
new and came from, like lower level team,
level team.
Warriors, Storm. And you're saying that if had like a bunch of girls from like higher level